So hello there, and welcome back to another Night of the Movies video. I'm of course Spike Knight, and in these videos I love talking about things, movies and TV, and whatever I want, whenever I want. And in today's video, I'm continuing on with my Christmas film reviews for 2025 as I review Jingle All The Way, which I only watched for the first time yesterday. So let's get into it, shall we? Jingle All The Way was a Christmas movie that was released in 1996. That's right, it was released almost 30 years ago now, actually at least 29 years ago this year. And this film was an Arnold Schwarzenegger vehicle in which Arnold Schwarzenegger plays this dad who is desperately trying to get this toy called Turbo Man for his son before Christmas Day. However, he's left it a little too late, as he's only got Christmas Eve to get this toy. And so he goes to great lengths to get this toy in any way possible because the toy isn't available in any shops and he can't get anywhere. So like what he said, he goes to great lengths to get this toy, and in doing so gets into a lot of trouble. And that's pretty much all you need to know about Jingle All The Way in case you haven't seen it yet. Like I hadn't until yesterday. But I have seen it now. However, I'd put off watching it for quite a bit of time. And I'm not quite sure why I put off watching it for quite a bit of time. But I suppose it's because I'm not a big Arnold Schwarzenegger fan. I mean, I'd seen bits of this film here and there over the past however many years. Like, I remember being a kid and seeing this film on TV, seeing the finale with the parade sequence on TV from this film, and not really being that interested in watching it because I saw that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it. I've never really been the biggest Arnold Schwarzenegger fan. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate him, I don't resent his films, but at the same time, the people go on about his movies as if they're like a gift from God, and I just don't get that. Like, I've heard some people say Commando is one of the greatest action movies ever made. I don't think it's that good. And I've heard some people say the same about Predator, the first Predator. And although I think the first Predator is better than Commando, I also think it's not nearly as good as some people make it out to be. And some of these movies that people consider his lesser movies, like, say, True Lies, I actually prefer over the first two Terminator films, which some people say are his better movies. And funnily enough, the first two Terminator films are all started by the same person who directed True Lies. James Cameron directed all those films, and James Cameron's got a lot of film coming out later this month in cinemas, which you might have heard of. Not sure. It's called Avatar: Fire and Ash. You might have heard that it's coming out. But anyway, I'll talk about that more when that film comes out soon. But yes, you get the point I am making. I am not the biggest Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, which is why I've never sat down to watch this film in full. Like, I've seen bits of it, as I alluded to not too long ago in this review now. I've seen bits of it here and there on TV, but I've never really been interested in seeing it. And I decided to watch it on Disney Plus yesterday because I thought, you know what, let's give it a go, because there are some Arnold Schwarzenegger movies which surprised me. I actually thought the original Running Man was better than a lot of people give it credit for. I still don't think it's a great movie by any means, but I think it's okay, and I was hoping to have a similar sort of enjoyable film watching experience as I had watching the first Running Man for the first time a good couple of months ago now with this movie. I was hoping to have a good time with this film, and that's what I needed yesterday. That's one of the reasons I sat down to watch this film yesterday, because I needed a pickup. I needed something which was going to make me smile and was going to provide some sort of escapism from what's going on in my life right now, because I'm not going to get into it because I want to keep this review, light-hearted and upbeat, but there's a lot going on in my life. There's a lot going on in my life right now, and I'm quite stressed. And I needed something to take my mind off everything that was going on. That was just going to make me smile, and I was hoping that was going to be this film. I'd heard some pretty negative things about this movie. I've heard some people say it's one of the worst Christmas movies ever made, but I also heard some people who I follow online, some film pundits that I follow online, say actually it's quite an enjoyable film and it didn't deserve the hate it gets. So I thought, you know what, let's give it a go. I might end up hating this movie. Wouldn't be the first time I hate a so-called classic Christmas film. The Holiday, anybody? That is a terrible movie. I'm shocked how many people like The Holiday, by the way. The amount of times it gets brought up every Christmas, I'm like, really? What do people see in that film? But, you know, point I'm making is, it wouldn't be the first time, if I dislike this movie, that I hate a so-called holiday classic, but it also wouldn't be the first time that I watch a film where, you know, it's also not considered a holiday classic at the same time. Like, you get that with some Christmas movies. They're both considered holiday classics and also dreadful holiday movies, and this wouldn't be the first time that I watch a so-called dreadful holiday movie, dreadful Christmas film, and end up enjoying it. I mean, there are people out there who hate The Polar Express. I personally have an affection for that film. I have a fondness for that film in ways that many people probably wouldn't. But anyway, that's another topic for another day. Point I'm making is, I was hoping to be surprised by this film, but I was also ready to be disappointed. And yesterday, as what I said, I watched it for the first time, not really knowing what to expect. I've seen bits and pieces, but yeah, not knowing what to expect as a whole when it came to this film. And here's the thing, right? This film is throwing everything at the wall. And I mean everything. There is so much going on in this film. It is ridiculous with a capital R. I was watching this film thinking, why are we doing this now? What's going on here? This didn't need to be introduced. What's the point of this character? What's the point of going to this setting in the movie? What was the point of that sequence? I was also watching the film thinking the acting isn't very good, and you've got some good actors in this movie. Some, you know, half-decent actors, like Rita Wilson is a good actor. Not particularly good in this movie, though. And also, I think a lot of the writing in the film is quite poor. And the finale of the film is complete nonsense. And in this film, the day of Christmas Eve seems to be the longest day in existence. Like, the amount that the characters in this film get up to in one day is quite remarkable. I mean, it's quite amazing, you know? There is so much wrong with this film, and it is an unbelievably stupid movie. However, I also kind of enjoyed it, and I am kind of surprised. I'm not kind of surprised, I'm really surprised to be saying that, because I don't know what it was, but I was watching this film and I was thinking, if this was like any other movie, I think I'd be hating it. I think I'd be picking apart this film bit by bit and ripping it to shreds. But it's kind of working for me, and I'm not really sure why. I'm enjoying myself whilst watching Jingle All The Way, and I'm not quite sure why I am. I mean, I have some theories as to why I enjoyed it, which I'll go on to very shortly in this review, but I genuinely thought I was going to hate this movie. And, you know, there are people out there who hate it. I completely understand. I'm not by any means saying this is a new Christmas classic for me. And if I ever watch it again, I'm not going to watch it with my full attention. You know, I'll probably stick it on in the background whilst I did something else. But it made me smile. It made me chuckle in quite a few sequences. And it was relatable. And I went along with it. I went along with its charm. I do think the finale of the film, which takes place in the whole parade sequence, is just rubbish. I didn't need to be the way it was. But everything kind of leading up to that works for it worked to a point. Again, I'm not saying this is a new Christmas classic for me, but everything leading up to that whole parade stuff at the end, where it just becomes, you know, over the top for over the top's sake. Everything leading up to the finale of the film, I kind of enjoyed. I think I enjoyed it because it got the commercialisation of Christmas correct, in my opinion. I mean, just look how commercialised Christmas has become nowadays. Everybody's gone on about getting all these adverts that you see on TV, all these Christmas adverts that you see on TV, all about getting the perfect gift for the perfect person at this time of the year, you know? And so much of the time, it really gets on your nerves. Almost all the adverts, almost all Christmas adverts are about that on TV. I mean, just look at the Amazon Christmas advert for this year, which is also the same Christmas advert they had last year. And the thing is, the Amazon Christmas advert, it's got three old ladies, they are sledging, doing something they used to do when they were much younger age, and it's got like a melancholic version of In My Life by the Beatles playing in the background. It's meant to be sad and sentimental. It's like, oh, it's bittersweet, they're doing something that they didn't do again, they haven't done for such a long time. It's meant to be really heartfelt, it's meant to be tugging on your heartstrings. But also, behind all the mushiness and the melancholy, the melancholic nature of that advert, it's also just trying to get you to buy stuff from Amazon. And that's what all these Christmas adverts are like. They can all have their sort of sentimental look at Christmas. Like the John Lewis advert. In the end, it's just trying to get people to buy stuff from John Lewis for Christmas. Everybody's got, all these Christmas adverts have got a catch when they come to what they are selling, what their adverts are trying to get you to do. And I didn't quite realise it until I was watching this film. Like, everything nowadays, I mean, I'm not saying this film made me realise this, but I was watching this film and I was thinking, everything nowadays has just become so commercialised surrounding Christmas. And that's why I think this film's kind of ahead of its time. Because clearly Christmas was a commercialised thing all the way back in the 90s, all the way back in the mid-90s, hence why this film was made. But now I think it's become even more commercialised. The amount of times you see these adverts, these Christmas adverts, about buying the perfect toy for your kid. And I mean, I'm one to speak, just look behind me. But at the same time, you see what I'm going on about. And that's why, if you look at any Christmas advert, that's what it's all about. It's about buying the perfect gift for the perfect person. And that's what this film is all about. Schwarzeneggar's character is trying to prove himself to his son. He's trying to win back his son's love by buying the perfect present. And I thought they got that right. I thought they got the commercialisation of Christmas right with this movie, even though this film was made almost 30 years ago now. And I also thought they got the chaos of Christmas correct. People always going about Christmas being the most wonderful time of the year. It's my favourite time of the year, hence why I always do Christmas movie reviews on this channel. But it's also the most stressful time of the year and the busiest time of the year. I mean, I'm stressed right now because I've got a million things going on in my life during this time of the year. It always happens. I'm always stressed to the point that it becomes exhausting around this time of the year. And I thought they got that correct. The chaos of Christmas in this movie, I thought was represented well. I'm not going to say very well, but the thing is, it's over the top, the chaos in this movie, but it also kind of makes you go, yeah, that's what it feels like. I mean, it's not literally like that. The chaos of Christmas in real life isn't literally like Arnold Schwarzenegger chasing after a small rubber ball so he can get this toy for his kid in a mall. If you've seen the film, you know what sequence I'm talking about. It's not literally like that in real life, but it feels like that, you know what I mean? The chaos and the stuff that Schwarzenegger's character go through in order to get this toy for his kid, it feels like that around this time of the year, every year. You that chaos about getting the right stuff and getting it just in time for the big day itself, for Christmas Day. It does feel like that. It can feel as chaotic as it looks in this movie, and I like that about it. Plus, I enjoyed the fact that it was entertaining and it felt like I was trying to entertain you. So many times nowadays you get these Christmas movies. I just reviewed one last week called Oh What Fun, where, it feels like it's trying to entertain you, but it's failing miserably. But the thing is about this movie, it feels like it's trying to entertain you. It actually feels like it's trying. It's throwing everything at the wall, and I don't know why, but usually I'd hate that. But when it came to this movie, I actually kind of liked it. I think maybe that's because I've seen so many rubbish holiday movies, Christmas movies, over the past good few years now. But I was watching this film and I was thinking, you know what? At least this film is trying. And at least this film is actually trying its best to be this entertaining family Christmas movie. And I'm not sure it's fully succeeding, but I mean, yeah, I like the fact that it's trying, and actually there's a production quality that comes with this movie. It felt like everybody involved with the film wanted to make a good, fun Christmas movie, and in my opinion, that's kind of what they did. This is probably the most I've enjoyed watching Arnold Schwarzenegger in a movie. And again, I'm not a big fan of his. I just don't really like him as an actor, and I'm never really drawn to any of his movies. I still haven't seen Kindergarten Cop, because it's never really appealed to me, but the thing is, when I'm watching him in this film, I thought he was throwing himself into the role, and even so he's not giving a good performance, I did also kind of enjoy watching him. I thought he was funny, and I thought, again, he was throwing himself into this role, which I think is what you kind of need to do for this film. It felt like everybody involved in this movie was throwing themselves into it, and just trying to go all out with this movie because of the nature, because of what this film is about, because it's about the commercialisation of Christmas and the chaos of Christmas. That's what I really felt it was about. Plus, I did like the message at the end of the film, where this kid, played by Jake Lloyd, who a couple of years later after this went to go and play young Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace. Had to get Star Wars reference in there, because, just look, I'm clearly a Star Wars fan. It's what happened to him after he played Anakin Skywalker, by the way. It's really sad what happened to him. But he's in this film. I'm assuming his role in this film got him the role, or one of the reasons he got the role of Anakin Skywalker in The Phantom Menace. And I liked that ending where the kid realised that at the end of the day, the action hero he really wants is his father, and he wants his father to be there at Christmas. And, you know, that I liked the message at the end of the film, and it made me smile, and I thought the film was heartfelt. I also enjoyed the supporting characters. You have Phil Hartman as the neighbour who was trying to get with Schwarzeneggar's wife, played by Rita Wilson in the film. I'm not overly familiar with Phil Hartman. I have heard about how he passed away, which is very sad. I know he was on SNL, but other than that, I've not really been familiar with him until this film, when I realised, oh my god, he's the voice of two classic characters from The Simpsons. He's the voice of Troy McClure and Lionel Hurt. I think that's what the characters are called. When I was watching this film, it felt like he was playing a live-action version of those characters. You know, intruding on in people's space and being this person who is pretending to be nice and helpful, but is actually just doing stuff for his own greed, for his own personal gain. And yeah, I really enjoyed watching Phil Hartman in this film as this neighbour who is intruding on this family's Christmas. I thought he was quite funny, and there were some really funny one-liners and some innuendo in there which I didn't expect. You know, Phil Hartman on the phone to Schwarzeneggar's character going, "Oh, I'm eating your wife's cookies," and then Schwarzenegger goes, "Put that cookie down." I might not have got the quotes correct there, but that did make me laugh. In the film, I'm not going to say it made me laugh out loud loads, but it made me laugh more than I thought it was going to. I thought it was actually funnier than Oh What Fun, which I watched last week, and that's meant to be a Christmas comedy, but I barely laughed in that movie yet. I laughed more in this film, which is saying something. At the end of the day, this film is a live-action cartoon. It is over the top for over the top sake at times, particularly when you get to the finale of this film, and large parts of the film don't work. It is silly, it is stupid, and I can totally see why people hate this movie. And I'm by no means saying this is a special film. I'm not saying, like I've already said, that it's going to be a Christmas classic for me going forward. It's certainly not. If I watch it again, be because I'm doing something else and I want something on in the background, you know? But after watching for the first time yesterday, I'll say I enjoyed it. I don't really know why. I have theories as to why I enjoyed it, which I've got into in this review today, but the film just... I think the funny thing is, if I watched it any other time of the year, right, if this wasn't a Christmas movie, I would probably detest this film. But I think because it's a Christmas movie, and it actually felt like it was trying to be a really fun Christmas movie, I went along with it, and I went along with its charm, and I liked the fact that it was trying, you know, which you don't always get with Christmas movies. I enjoyed it, and I'm still kind of surprised that I did. I'm not kind of surprised, I'm still really surprised that I did. Again, a lot of problems, but you know, I've seen worse Christmas movies. I've seen a lot of worse Christmas movies. And I do think this film has actually aged better than probably a lot of people give it credit for. And so I'm going to say that Jingle All The Way, look at this light going on right now. The sun has just come out. I'm about to give my rating. I am going to say that Jingle All The Way, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. I'm giving it that rating because I thought it was a little bit more than just enjoyable. It had some stuff to say about the commercialisation of Christmas. Some stuff which is still timely now, which is still relevant now in ways that I didn't expect it would be. And, you know, I thought it embraced the film it was trying to be. It felt like it was doing a lot. It felt like it was going all out, but it also felt like it was embracing that as well. You know, I'm not sure how much I'm making sense here, because I'm kind of surprised by how I'm just kind of taken aback by the lights shining through right now. But I thought Jingle All The Way was okay. And, yeah, I'm glad that I thought so. And so, all in all, I'm going to say that Jingle All The Way, I'm going to say that it's a 6.5 out of 10 from me. Anyway guys, that's it for today's video. If you have seen Jingle All The Way, please let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for watching or listening to this video. Yeah, you could listen to this video if you wanted to. And if you haven't yet, please click down below and like and subscribe on this video. And look forward to many more videos coming very, very soon on this channel. As I've already said, thank you so much for watching this video today. And I will see you guys again soon. But bye for now. Bye.